Hi everyone, let's take a look at the following. What is the difference between the integration of x to the power of n with respect to x versus the integration of x to the power of -1 with respect to x? In the first case, when you find the antiderivative or the integration of x to the n with respect to n, this equals to x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. Now, if you think about this, this doesn't always work. So for example, n cannot be -1. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. But first, let's double check this. Now, if you take the derivative of x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c, look what happens. dy by dx equals to, again, applying the power rule, you can take n plus 1 to the front. 1 times n plus 1 is n plus 1 times x to the power of n plus 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus, when you take the derivative of a constant, that's going to give you 0. As expected, dy by dx equals to x to the power of n. Again, if you think about this, n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. So this is exactly the question that we started with, x to the power of n. Now, if you try to use this formula when n is -1, it doesn't work. Now, what happens? Let's pretend you're using the same formula, and you're trying to find the antiderivative of x to the -1 with respect to x. If you apply this formula, what happens is you're adding the exponent by 1, which would give you 0, by the way, and you're dividing by the new exponent. Now, this does not work. This is undefined. Anything divided by 0 is undefined. So this is why we're looking at the second case. So if you think about the second case, the antiderivative of x to the power of -1 with respect to x equals to, if you like, you can rewrite this with positive exponents. So this equals to the integration of 1 divided by x with respect to x. And again, if you think about this, this equals to ln of x plus c. And of course, x must be positive, and you can always verify this by double checking. So again, double checking just means you're going to let y equal to ln x plus c. Find dy by dx. When you find the derivative of ln x, that's going to be 1 divided by x. When you find the derivative of a constant, that's going to be 0. And of course, if you compare this, this is exactly what we started with. And now you know the difference between the integration of x to the power of n with respect to x versus the integration of x to the power of -1 with respect to x. I hope this makes sense.